Hey folks, welcome back to Abundant Life Homestead. My mission today is to cut up this huge limb that came crashing down out of an apple tree last week and try to save what good fruits we have, salvage them to use in another batch of cider. Now this limb come crashing out of this tree just because of the sheer weight of apples. We've never had an apple crop like we have this year. I know good orchard practices could prevent that, but well, I'll show you why that's not too feasible here. This particular tree, you can probably tell by the size of that limb, this particular tree is well over 30 feet tall. Now this tree stands so tall because it's part of the original Homestead orchard that was already here, fully grown and overgrown when my family bought this land several generations ago. I remember this particular tree all my life, and it hasn't changed much since except for some of the newer suckers growing on it. I even got pictures somewhere when I was 2 and 3 years old standing right here, and this trunk looked exactly like it does today. Unfortunately, same way it's happened to this tree, we've lost a lot of limbs this year in a big apple crop, and over the last few years we've lost several trees. Back off that way behind the camera, I've got 4 or 5 stumps from trees that have completely died. I've got more trees off this way. One of them's gonna be done this year and probably never leaf again. And because of that, I'm trying and hoping to get the money together to start a new orchard. Going to put it in my back pasture where I've got plenty of room. Once we get those in the ground and established, we're going to try to get some good rootstock and do some grafting and save a lot of these original trees. But we'll see what the future holds for that. Now, I don't know much about apples themselves or any of the specific varieties, especially the old ones. I just know what to do with the apples. You get a few apples off of a tree and you can tell pretty quick if this is going to be a good pie apple, good sauce apple, or just a cider apple. Now, I've always liked the apples off of this tree. They're good for eating, they're okay for just about everything, and they're great for cider. I've always thought they were kind of unique in that they're a green apple that gives off a red skin when they're ripe, but not fully red. They've got a nice white flesh to them, and the taste is not quite as tart as a green apple that you'd buy at the store. Quite a bit sweeter. It's got a lot of juice to it. So I definitely want to save all the apples I can from this accident here, and hopefully in the near future save the tree itself, or at least graft it onto some new rootstock. Probably a lot more methodical than necessary when it comes to taking branches like this apart, but I don't want to crush my apples. I want to maintain control of anything that's under pressure from weight or being bent. I like to be able to see what I'm doing and move my chainsaw wherever I need to when I get to the bigger stuff. And also when I find pieces I think will be perfect for the smoker, I get them cleaned off and thrown off to the side, and I ain't digging through the brush pile for it later. So I take my time. Too dry. tree than I realized. I've already got enough in the bucket to make 5 or 6 gallons of cider just off of these, and I've barely touched what's on the ground underneath here. We're gonna make a lot more than we expected to here. What are you doing up there, son? I knew he wouldn't be scared to go up there. Both Caleb and Gideon, I bet you neither one would get on that roof. Jacob's just like, whoop, okay, go for it.
Bother me, and now I get second rung up, and I'm terrified.
Yeah. How many more is up there? Yeah, I knew there'd be several dozen, just because that thing hit that roof on the way down. Surprised it didn't tear it up. Yeah. Knowing Jacob will do this, I may have to use him to clean out that ridge on the front.
Oh, he'd love that. He'd have to get every little part though.
Yeah. I could hold him steady and just let him scoot right up through there and run everything out of it. That's what Grandpa used to do for me. He'd hold my feet up there while I'd clean it out.
Dad would always hold our belt.
Yeah.
We always had to wear a belt when we did something like that.
Yeah. But I've also got roofing ladders. I can hang a ladder from that ridge, and as long as he stays on it, then I'd just be there for safety. Did you get all the apples, buddy? Yep. All right. That's fine. We don't want the rotten ones.
You want to help Daddy clean the roof another day?
Yeah. Yeah, that was... Hey. Come here.
Yeah, Papa?
You're fine. Awesome job. He just boot scoot right up there. He ain't never been on anything like that. Have you? You ain't never... No.
Don't do this.
Yeah, you only do it when I'm here and when I say you can. Don't just go winging up on the roof for the fun of it now.
You want to come pick up apples now?
Yeah.
I just... I just need all the apples that are still spread out into, you can put them in any of these piles.
Here, you can put them in my shirt.
There you go, put them in Mommy's shirt. Well, the ones that are that close to the pile, you won't have to put in your shirt. You can just push those back over to this pile.
Just push them over to the pile here.
It's all of these over here. If you can get all these up, any good apples, put them in one of the 3 piles. It don't matter which one. Okay? So this being the closest pile.
Alright.
I'm going to go sit down and take a break a minute.
You can put them in that pile there.
I just don't want to put them in that pile.
He really wants to put them in Mommy's shirt.
Yeah.
That's
No, here.
Hey, Papa, could I let you cut some branches?
No, I'm gonna do that with the chainsaw. Everything that's left there. But I want to get the apples up so I'm not getting them covered in sawdust or potentially dropping branches on them. So you do that while I'm taking a break, and then I'll get on the finishing that up. Well, that took entirely too long, but I got all the small stuff out of the way, got all the apples out of the way. Now we're going to start cutting some of this bigger diameter stuff. My weapon of choice here is this little Remington saw. It's actually the end of my pole saw. It's got an 8-inch bar on it. It's great for little stuff like this, especially for somebody like me that's got a failed back. Nowhere near the weight of a bigger saw, and it plugs in. Try to keep campfire wood and what is and isn't easy to stack in mind when I'm cutting this. It's a lot easier to cut the right pieces and clean it up while it's still up here in the air than it is when it's down on the ground. Now it's left to clean up the mess. Got the tractor warming up again. I'm going to use the hoe on the back. Scoop around these. I'm going to take them off to the brush pile. Left here wasn't brush. I'll take back to the campsite. Decide what to cook on it while we're waiting for it to dry out enough to burn. Probably be next spring or summer anyway. But I'll have it ready and available when the time comes.
I just hear the trumpet sounding, and now his face I see. The king is coming, the king is coming. Praise God, he's coming for me.
Crazy how little space such a big branch takes up once you get it cut up. Now the only thing left is the apples, and we got a pile there, pile there, pile right here behind us. Goodness, I was about done doing cider for the year, and I think I've probably got 14 gallons worth of apple cider just in those 3 piles. So that'll be fun. Maybe I'll be able to turn it into a teaching video. But don't know if I said or did anything worth making content today. If I did, you'll see it on video. And if I didn't, you'd never know. But if you want to stay up to date with all the goings on here in life on our little homestead, make sure you're subscribed and hit that bell so you get the notifications. And until next time, keep on nourishing your dreams, cultivating your passions, and embracing the beauty of God's creation. And we'll see you then. Hope you have a blessed day. Thank you.